Hi guys, this is a video on Windows software. This time we're talking about learning things. Now, there are free pieces of software out there that are available to help you learn things. Now, if you can imagine going for an exam and revising for it, and what you usually do is you've got a book, you're revising for this test, and you get you look at a page and you try and remember everything that's on that page, and then you take the book away and you give it to someone and ask them to test you on it, and then you see how much you can remember. Now, this kind of works on the same way in that it uses something called flashcards. And flashcards, if you think of a card in your hand, and on the front it has a question on it, and on the back it has the answer to it. Well, this program, or this set of programs that you can find which all do the same thing as this, they use the same sort of system, and what they use is the Leitner or Leitner system, where basically they will show you the question and you then have to try and remember the answer. And if you do remember it when they turn it over, because you don't type it in or anything, they'll turn it over and show you the answer, and they'll say, did you get this right? And if you did get it right, they'll put it in a pile, if you can imagine a pile, where it won't ask you that for a while because it knows that you know it, and it will then ask you more frequently ones that you haven't got right, so you eventually learn them and you remember them. So this is very useful for doing things like learning languages, and revising for tests. I mean, you can basically learn everything. You just add a question and then put your answer, and it will try and test you on your questions and answers. So what I'm going to show you is QCard. Now, this is free. Obviously, I said before you can find other pieces of software which probably do exactly the same thing as this, but I'm just choosing this because it looks very simple in its application, and all it says is card list, and it's got nothing here, and it says study and new card. Now, I'm just going to do an example card. I'm going to say new card, question, what is the capital of France? And then I'm going to say Paris is the answer. So I need to remember that the capital of France is Paris or something like that, so I'm going to just say finished, and it's got the question here. Now, obviously you can do loads of different cards on various subjects, and then it will test you. Now, you can choose your study mode here. It says learn mode progressively teaches you the flashcards by starting with a few and adding more until you've mastered the whole deck. So I think you can base these on categories as well. So obviously if you want to learn 2 different languages, you're going to want to keep them in 2 separate groups instead of it asking you them both at once. Another one is quiz mode. The deck is shown in random order, and at the end a grade is given on how many you got right. Use this mode to see how you would do on a real life test of the material. And review mode. Cards are shown continuously in random order as in previous versions of QCard. This mode is good for quickly refreshing your memory. So you've got different modes here which are very good, different ways of testing your memory. There's some other things that you can do: play sounds, show timers, swap questions, answers, select a card font, select card background, and that's the language of the program. And you can also print out your cards, so you can do this away from your computer. You can print them out and then you can see them. So what happens if I want to learn something that I don't know yet, for example a language or something like that? I'm going to delete this card. Now, what you can do, there is a website on the internet, and it's called flashcardexchange.com, and basically it's a huge database of things that flashcards that people have generated and shared on the internet. So it's very, very good for education, and I'm just going to click Spanish for the time being. You can sign up here, but for what I'm going to show you, you don't really have to. And you can see there's loads of things for card sets. It's got card sets, and it shows the number of cards in it. And you can see I just want to learn something really basic, so I'll click on what I clicked on before, Spanish Vocabulary 1. There's 75 cards here. Now, if you want to try and export it into here, you won't be able to do it through this website because they make you sign up and charge. But what you can do is just view the card list, and you'll notice that in the questions this is basically the translations of your things that you need to find. So all you need to do is copy this and put it into the question, copy this and put it into the answer. Obviously you're going to have to do this for each one, but it's the only way you can do it pretty much for free. So very useful. So if I want to learn Spanish, all I have to do is this, and then it will try and teach me using these various study methods. So very useful, but what happens if I want to learn something like sign language? Because sign language, if I type in sign language into here, it's come up with sign language, which I'll click, and then if I view the cards, it says family, and then it says F hand in a circle. Now that doesn't help me because I tend to try and learn things visually. So there is another website which I've found for sign language specifically, but if you can find the images on, say, Google Images or something, you can then add them into your cards. I mean, you can say in the question A or something like that, and you'll notice on this website, I'll provide the link in the description, it's got several images to the alphabet that's in sign language. So for example, A, I'll have it in black and white, it's come up with a huge image of A. I can just save it, just drag it onto my desktop, and then I can say the question. I'm not sure if it will let me just have it here, so I'm going to say A, and then in brackets sign language, and then I'm going to add a picture here, say desktop, fingerspell, and then say finished. So it does let me, which is good. So when I go to study it, oops, if I go to study, it shows me it, and obviously this is saying carefully study the following cards, try to commit them to memory. When you're ready to begin testing, press the continue button. So I'm now trying to remember A, and then it says, oh no, what have you got to do? You've got to try and do A. So then I've got to remember it, and I now know because I've seen it, and then I've done it. And so it says show answer, and it shows it, and did I get it right? Yes, I did, correct. And then you can stop studying, and then it will say my score is 100%. So obviously with these various methods, it will keep repeating, telling you all the various questions that you've got here. But it is very useful to do this, and also you'll notice when I did the question it says click here to add sound. Now this can be very handy if you want to do things like learning languages. You can add yourself saying something if you have a microphone, or you can download it from the net. You can say, I don't know, hello in French, and then record yourself saying hello in French, and add the sound into here, and then you can listen to yourself and then test yourself. So a very, very, very useful application here to learn practically anything you want to learn. I strongly recommend downloading it because it's such a great way to learn things.
You've got mail.
Sorry about that. It's a great way to learn things. If you know of a better application, I'm just saying this one is good for the ease of use. I think there's a lot of open source ones that are out there as well, but this flashcard method is a great way to learn things like sign language, foreign languages, revising for tests, and pretty much it really. So thanks for watching my video. Hopefully this will help you with learning in the future, and that's about it. Please rate, comment, subscribe if you like my videos, and thanks for watching.